So you want to learn how to play the piano, huh? Well, let's go way back to the beginning, just to make sure you understand exactly what's going on. I mean, way back to the question, what is a keyboard? No, better yet, what is music? Well, Webster's definition is the science or art of ordering tones or sounds in succession, in combination, and in temporal relationships to produce a composition having unity and continuity. What? Well, Anthony's definition is simply rhythm and pitch. Yep, rhythm is the way you play something over time, like. And pitch is how high or low a sound is. That's it. Master those two principles and you will learn how to play the keyboard like Beethoven. So what is a keyboard? It's just a digital imitation of a grand piano, duh. Manufacturers like Yamaha and Casio record every single note of a grand piano with dozens of microphones and assigns them to each key of the keyboard. What are keys? They're the things that jingle in your pocket, silly. Don't lock them in your car or you'll be calling Papa Lock. Unless you lock your phone in there too. No, keys are the white and black thingies on the keyboard. And none of them are racist. Like I mentioned earlier, each key has a note assigned to it. And even though we learned that our first letter in our alphabet is A, the first note on a keyboard is C. Then D, then E, then F, then G. Then what comes after G? A. Not H. A. Clearly, you don't know your ABCs. Then from A to B, then B back to C. One more time. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And from this C to that C is called an octave. Yes, when you go from whatever key you're on to the same key 12 notes higher or lower, that's called an octave. 24 notes higher or lower, that's 2 octaves. You get the point. Notice I said 12 notes or 12 keys. Same difference. Yeah, there are 12 keys in each octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then you go back to 1. You following me, huh? I'm not confusing you, am I? If I am, I'm deeply sorry. Let's pause.
2 hours later.
Okay, we're back. Now, there are 12 keys in an octave. So, Anthony, what's up with the black keys? Well, young ward, those are simply the sharps and flats of the white keys. Huh? Yeah, follow me. Sharp is when you go up 1, and flat is when you go down 1. Think of sitting on something sharp and you will jump up. Flatten one's tires and the car will go down. Take D, for example. This is D sharp, and this is D flat. Make sense? This is D sharp, and this is E flat. Get it? A sharp and a flat can be the same note depending on where you are. Another quick example. This is G. This is G sharp, but also A flat. Sharp means up, flat means down. Let's move on. Scales. No, not the ones that discourage you when you step on them to weigh yourself. No, musical scales. What are they? Well, Webster's definition, Anthony's definition is simply the backbone that music is built on. Your favorite songs are built on some kind of musical scale. And there are several scales out there in the great unknown. But the most common is the major scale. I'm sure you heard of Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Yeah, that's the major scale. Let me show you. The C major scale, starting from C, is all the white keys in its octave, which are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Simple. That is the C major scale. Now let's slow down some more. Let me show you how to construct a major scale. First, put your finger on the root note, which in this case is C. Now question, have you ever played checkers before? Sometimes you move the checker one space, then other times you jump the opponent, right? Well, let's use this same concept. So with your finger on C, follow me. Jump, jump, move, jump, 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 move. So whenever you jump, you're actually jumping over the next note that's to the right of you. And whenever you move, you're moving to the next note. So quick example, if you're on D, then you jump over D sharp and land on E. Then move to the next note, which is F. It's that simple. You got it. You got it, big dog. That's how you construct the major scale in any key. Root key first, then jump, jump, move, jump, 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 move. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, how many notes are there in a major scale? 7. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then back to 1, because C is 1, the first note in the scale, also called the root note or the tonic. Matter of fact, this is exactly where the number system comes from. This is the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, and the 7. So if I say play the 5, then it's actually this note, G. And if I say play the 7, then it's actually the note B. Side note, we're in the C scale. The numbers change depending on the scale you're in. Don't let that confuse you. Anyway, there are 7 notes in the scale. But how many notes are there in an octave? Do you remember? No, there are 12. Come on now, pay attention. 7 in the scale, but 12 notes total in an octave. Wait, so if there's 12 notes total, but 7 in the scale, then where are the other 5 notes at? Ah, those are the black keys, young ward. What's the opposite of inside? Outside. See, I knew you were smart. So, if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are inside of the scale, then the black keys are outside of the scale. Genius. Now, here's where things get interesting. If C is 1 and D is 2, then what number is the key in the middle? Flatted 2. No, not 1.5. Flatted 2 or flat 2. Let's try another one. If G is 5 and A is 6, then what do you call the key in the middle? Flat 6, right. So there are 7 keys in the scale, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5 keys outside of the scale, which are flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, and flat 7. 5 plus 7 equals the full 12 keys in an octave. Hallelujah. You have just graduated from basic level. Now let's move on to the still basic but not so basic as before level. Ready? Need a break? Break over. Let's go. So, there are how many keys in an octave? 12, right. Now wrap your mind around this. All 12 keys have their own major scale. And I expect you to learn all of them before Jesus comes back, which could be today, by the way. Remember how to construct a major scale? Remember the checkers? Put your finger on the root note first. Then jump, jump, move. Jump, 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 move. I think I'll use this strategy the next time my wife and I play checkers. Now try this in the key of C sharp. Root note first, then jump, jump, move, jump, 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 move. Pretty hard, huh? This, my friend, is why they invented the transpose button. Should have been called the lazy button. Let's do it again. Start with C sharp, then D sharp, then F, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, C. Then back to C sharp. Now, as I said before, there are 7 keys in the major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5 keys outside of the scale. Flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, and flat 7. Flat 2 is between 1 and 2. Flat 3 is between 2 and 3. Flat 4, nope, there is no flat 4 because nothing is in between 3 and 4. Get it? Flat 5 is between 4 and 5. Flat 6 is between 5 and 6. And flat 7 is between 6 and 7. Now wait a minute, Anthony, this is just too much. Well, young ward, the good news is, if you get this concept down for this key, then you'd also have it down for the rest of the keys because the concept is the same no matter what key you're in. So let's jump to E flat. Y'all should be pretty familiar with E flat. Same rules apply. Where's the 1? E flat, right? Where's 2? F. Where's 3? G. Where's 4? G sharp or A flat. Where's 5? A sharp or B flat. Where's 6? C. Where's 7? D. Good. Where's flat 2? E. What about flat 3? F sharp. What about flat 4? There is no flat 4. Where's flat 5? A. Good. Where's flat 6? B. And where's flat 7? C sharp. Hopefully by now all this stuff starts coming together for you. From E flat to E flat, there are 12 notes, 7 in the scale and 5 outside of the scale. Let's recap. We first talked about what music is, rhythm and pitch, then what a keyboard is, an instrument that has a pitch assigned to each key. We learned that each pitch is its own note, right? We ran through each note, right? In the octave of C, right? Right? There are 12 notes in an octave, right? Consisting of sharps and flats, huh? There are 7 notes in a major scale, huh? 5 notes abandoned outside in the code, huh? Each note has its own scale, huh? How to construct a major scale, huh? I'm good at checkers, huh? Well, in the next lesson, we'll talk about chords.